So what we want to do is double Burning Inquiry and then play as many hollow ones as possible from our graveyard. Right, resolves. So Burning Inquiry. Burning Inquiry. Would be nice to hit another hollow one. Doing all this to get a hollow one is not that exciting. Well, hollow one. Well, we made a hollow one. Pass the turn. Wow, that was a lot of work to play a single hollow one. Need some new Commander cards? Well, you can pre-order Commander Legends now from our amazing sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just head on over to cardkingdom.com. Hello, everyone. It's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, we are returning to one of my favorite modern archetypes, which is Hollow One, but this is Hollow One with a pretty big twist. This is Hollow Storm, this weird kind of like semi-related Hollow One Storm mashup. So really interesting, weird new take on Hollow One. But anyway, let's talk about this ridiculous deck, how it works, jump into the game, see it in action. So let's start with the easy part, the Hollow One package. We have Hollow One itself, normally 5 mana. If we could cycle or discard 3 cards, it becomes free. And that's kind of what our deck wants to do with Hollow One. We also have a couple of traditional Hollow One friends, Flamebladed Adept, Flamewake Phoenix. Flamebladed Adept gets big as we cycle or discard cards, so it can be a really powerful 1-drop. Flamewake Phoenix, we can discard it and get it back from the graveyard for just 1 mana as long as we have a 4 or greater power creature, which Hollow One and Flamebladed Adept normally are. So those are kind of our Hollow One threats. Then we have our discarding stuff, essentially, which is important to our Hollow One plan, but also will kind of lead us into our Storm plan in a minute. So how do we get Hollow One free by discarding 3 cards? Well, Street Wraith is cycles, so that's -2 mana. Burning Inquiry, Goblin Lore, each make us draw some cards, and then discard 3 at random, so either one of them makes Hollow One free all by themselves. And then Oxymogonus lets us discard our hand, draw 3 cards, so we can also discard this and then refuel in the late game. So that's kind of the Hollow One plan, and we can win like a Hollow One deck, where we just like Burning Inquiry, play some Hollow Ones, pump our Flamebladed Adepts, get back some Phoenixes, beat our opponent down quickly with creatures. But then we kind of transition into this weird Storm plan. So our Storm plan is based on Underworld Breach, which once it hits the battlefield, lets us escape any of the cards in our graveyard for their mana cost plus exiling 3 cards from our graveyard. So Burning Inquiry and Goblin Lore, along with making our Hollow One free, also fill our graveyard with the cards we're discarding, and it kind of leads us into the Underworld Breach combo. If we can make enough mana, Burning Inquiry, cast repeatedly from the graveyard, keeps putting 3 more cards in the graveyard, so we can do that over and over and over again. If we have Runaway Steamkin, that's our main mana engine. Runaway Steamkin out, plus Underworld Breach, then we can Burning Inquiry, draw 3 cards, discard 3 cards at random, also pump our Runaway Steamkin. Then we do it again, we get the 3 counters on Steamkin, we take those counters off. Essentially, this combo lets us go infinite. Burning Inquiry, Underworld Dreams, Runaway Steamkin is Burning Inquiry through our entire deck, and just go to town, draw everything, discard a bunch of stuff at random. We even have a little bit of extra production of mana from the graveyard, Pyretic Ritual. We can keep escaping that to make more mana. Metamorphose, if we got a bunch of cards in the graveyard, we can keep escaping to draw extra cards. And then for killing our opponent, we have 1 copy of Grape Shot. So we can do that Burning Inquiry, Underworld Breach, Runaway Steamkin loop, where we go through our entire deck, up our Storm count high enough that we Grape Shot our opponent to death, or we can go through a big chunk of our deck, find a Lightning Bolt, or I guess a Lava Dart too, but mostly Lightning Bolt. We can find a Lightning Bolt, get it in our graveyard thanks to all of our random drawing and discarding, and then use Underworld Breach to cast that Lightning Bolt, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, however many we need to actually kill our opponent. So that's kind of like the Storm backup plan. So we Hollow One, hopefully get in some damage, but we're a Hollow One deck that can also sort of Memekin style go infinite with Runaway Steamkin, Burning Inquiry, Underworld Breach, and then win the game with Grape Shot or Lightning Bolt after we go through our entire deck. As far as our mana base, Bloodstained Mire, it looks weird in a mono red deck, but it's essentially just to get more cards in our graveyard for our Underworld Breach scale. Also fizz our deck, but that's not the real purpose. So we have a fetch land, we got some basic lands, we got some card draw lands, a cycling land in Forgotten Cave. As far as the sideboard, a bunch of removal options, Coastal Lake's Return, Grib Lavamancer, Lightning Axe, Shenanigans for artifacts, Magus of the Moon to jank out Tron decks, Soul Guide Lantern for graveyard hate that doesn't hit our graveyard, Dragon's Claw to gain a bunch of life in aggro matchups, and that is the ridiculousness of Hollow Storm for Modern. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So let's jump into a league, see Hollow Storm in action. Can the plan work? We're going to find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. All right, Much Brew About Nothing time. We are Hollow Storming. Hollow on a little bit of Storm shenanigans, mix them all together, see what happens. And this is interesting. So we could just spin for a turn 1 Hollow one. We could also play Flame Blade first, which is probably what we're going to do. Yeah, I think we just Bloodstained Mire, crack it, get a mountain. I think we're going to Flame Blade first. Hard to pass up for free damage. Well, Flame Blade go. If we want to get really greedy, we could try to play Steamkins first. We'll see what our opponent's doing. They mulligan a bunch. That doesn't necessarily mean good things for us, though. It might mean they're a combo deck. Trying to find their early win. Horizon Canopy. Opponent. Passes. Well, Bloodstained Mire, crack it. I think we're going to wait one more turn. Get him out in. Play a Steamkin. Go to combat. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Oh boy. Next turn could be a good turn. Opponent passes Steamkin? Okay, that's fine. We got another one. So get a mountain. Opponent, Snow-Covered Plains. And passes. Well, play Steamkin. Flame Blade Adept. Go to combat. Hit ya. We're being very patient, but we're trying to set up this big combo turn, essentially. Steamkin adds a really different element. Maybe we're playing it completely wrong. And oh, they got another. Okay. Well, if we had known our opponent was going to have 2 pass, we would have played it differently, that's for sure. Opponent untaps. Hallowed Fountain. Untap down to 15. And Unsettled Mariner. Okay. Oh, it's Spirits. Interesting. Well, we will spin the wheel on the Burning Inquiry. Grow our Darks. Hopefully keep the Hollow one. Well, we discarded 2 Ox of Agonuses, and we kept the Hollow one. We don't have enough cards to get back Ox yet, though. So grow the Flame Blades. Play Hollow one. Play Flame Wake Phoenix. Go attacking. Hit ya. And chip the turn. And opponent needs, like, land, collected company, and really good hits, I think, to have a chance. And opponent does not have that or anything else relevant, and scoops it up. Well, that was a weird game. I'm still not 100% sure if we played that right, really, in all honesty. In all honesty, I am not sure. So opponents bant Spirits. Lavamancer seems sweet. Lava Dart does not seem... Well, Lava Dart's probably fine. What's bad? Flame Lake Phoenix might actually be bad. It feels like it's mostly just going to run into Spirits and die. Let's go down the Flame Lake Phoenixes for 2 Lightning Axes. Magus of the Moon could be worth considering. What are we cutting? What is Bushwhacker doing? Alright, we'll go down the Bushwhacker for a Magus of the Moon. And, alright, 1 Ox for Magus of the Moon. Let's try that. Magus of the Moon does seem like it could be a good jank 'em out card. Well, we definitely benefited from our opponent's mulliganing. Opponent was playing a fair deck, and while unfair decks tend to mulligan well, and mulligan intentionally, ooh, well, we're keeping, and we're praying for a land. If we could spin this Goblin Lore into double hollow one, who knows? Who knows what great things might happen. Opponent, land in, Giver of Runes. That survives this Lava Dart, unfortunately. We draw. Steamkin, alright. Well, the question is, do we draw land number 2 for this Goblin Lore? That is it. That is all. If we find that, things are spectacular. If we don't, then our 1 land 1 keep technique might punish us. Why does this have an extra toughness? Power creep, 2020 power creep. Bone it. Gonna get an hit us, sure. And we draw a land. We do not, all right? Well, yeah. Okay, so things are getting worse. We'll discard a Mox of Agonis. Now that our opponent's up to 3 mana, they could potentially spell quell our Goblin Lores. Core Firewalker, sure. All right, we still have hope. Can we draw land? Please. All right, there's the land. Well, spin it to win it. Please don't spell pierce us. Opponent gains a life. Well, that's kind of awkward. We discarded a hollow one and did not draw into another land. Thankfully, we still have our Goblin Lore, so I guess all is not lost. And hollow one actually shuts down this Firewalker. Giver of Runes Part 2. Opponent passes land, Lava Dart. Well, we will Bolt Giver of Runes. We don't really want them to untap with 2 because then they protect each other. Alright, opponent goes pro colorless, sure. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Forge Tender. Alright, in that case, let's Lightning Bolt to Giver of Runes. Opponent is prepared for red decks, that is for sure. There is no doubt that they're ready for red. Holy, protection from red. Good thing we got this hollow one. Just kidding. Alright, there goes our hollow one. Well. Opponent passes for some reason. How do we do this? Well, let's Goblin Lore. Ooh, we lost our Underworld Breach. Alright. Well, play the land past the turn. Ugh. Yeah, I don't really like where we're at now. This is a pretty bad spot to be. Ether Vial. Well, that's not much of a threat. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 13. I'll crack the land, thin the deck. Down to 12. Untap. Ooh, Underworld Breach. We don't have mana production yet, though. I'll play the Mountain. Magus of the Moon. Opponent cracks the land. Yep. Whew, okay. Well, pass the turn. Yes, pro-red stuff is super annoying. If we don't draw anything, we're probably going to have to Underworld Breach just to try to bolt this Deputy. Another Mountain for our opponent. Goes to combat. Because we need to get back this hollow one to have a blocker, I think. Opponent gets in. We will take it. Down to 9. Opponent passes. Ooh, Manamorphose. Wow, that's close. That's close to winning us the game. Well, let's Manamorphose. Add some mana. Ooh, there's a ritual. Interesting. Cast the ritual. Now we're gonna go for the Storm Kill. We'll see if it works. Opponent has Spell Queller. Okay. So if we Grape Shot Spell Queller. Oh, we still can't go off though. Well, Grape Shot Spell Queller. Opponent sacks. Well, let's see what this does. Yeah, it doesn't actually stop the copies, so this is fine. We kill the Spell Queller. Cast the Ritual. Unfortunately, we don't get to win this turn, though. We have 3 mana. Alright, we're just gonna pass. We're gonna pass and see if we can do stuff next turn. Opponent takes up the Vial. So no Graveyard Hate, no more Spell Quellers, please. We slow down our opponent's clock a lot, which is good. Opponent combat. Hits us. Down to 7. Passes. Well, let's see if they got Disruption. We draw land, so... Well, play the land. Play Underworld Breach. Resolves. Okay, so... Step 1. Ritual. Exile some lands. Goblin Lore. Exile some creatures. It would be much easier if we had a runaway Steamkin on the battlefield. If we had the Steamkin on the battlefield, then we would be in great shape. Opponent's going to purge the breach. Well, then we will bolt the Deputy of Detention. Get back our hollow one. Discard hollow ones for days. Well, yeah, go to combat, hit ya. So we have, what, 1 Underworld Breach left and 0 hollow ones? Yeah, that random draw and discard was not ideal there. Losing all those hollow ones, kind of a bummer. Opponent plays a land, plays so many Ghost Quarters. We really want this hollow one to stick just because of this Firewalker. Opponent passes. Well, let's Burning Inquiry. Play Grim Lavamancer. And pass the turn. So I think we're essentially waiting to try to wow, this deck has a ridiculous amount of hate for our deck. 2 pro-red creatures, Aether Gust, Celestial Purge. Our opponent does not want to lose to red decks. Oh no. We viled them into something perfect? Skyclave Apparition. Okay. Well, there goes our Lavamancer for now. I guess the question's going to be, can we find a way to actually kill our opponent before we just run out of cards? Opponent finds Sword of Fire, nice. That's a good one. Going to equip it to Core Firewalker. I mean, we're pretty fine with our opponent attacking here, because we can block with the hollow one. No attacks. Well, I think we Lava Dart this thing. Opponent gains some life. I'm honestly not convinced that we're going to be able to win from here. Lava Dart. Sack a land. Opponent goes to 32. We untap. I'll play a mountain. Ox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, you know what? Let's cycle Street Wraith. Down to 5. So if we Ox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's Ox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard Burning Inquiry, draw some cards. Play Runaway Steepkin. I think we might just be running out of cards. Like, I think that might be how this ends, is we just don't have enough cards to kill our opponent, because our opponent has infinite pro-red creatures. And, I mean, this is a high variance deck, and we spun away all of our hollow ones, which was unfortunate. Alright, we untap. Flameblade Adept. Well, play Flameblade Adept. Grow the Steamkin. Gain some life. And we will pass the turn. We still can't really attack. Opponent taps. Vial on 3. Another Vial. Opponent passes. Well, Steamkin number 2. We're finally finding our Steamkins. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Oh, I don't like where we're at, though. 20 cards in our deck is not many. Opponent untaps. Vials doing their thing. Yeah. Vial ticking up. Ticking up. Plays a land. Opponent passes. Street Wraith. Well, this is sketchy, but Burning Inquiry. Yeah. Okay. Goblin Lore. We need to find our last Underworld Breach. Okay. Play Fiery Islet. Cycle Forgotten Cave. Hit you for 8. Flameblade Adept, go. Ooh, if our opponent ever finds a path, we lose. What a weird game. Alright, Vial's gonna do Vial-y things. Opponent plays a Plains. Passes. Well, go to combat. Big attack. Opponent gonna kill the Ox. Oh, we're actually kind of okay with that. Play Steamkin. Opponent gains some life. Get back, Ox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grow the Steamkins. Draw some cards. All lands. Oh dear. I'll play the Islet. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. This is not how these games are supposed to go. Please don't draw a path. Opponent did discard a path, which is good. And Celestial, I guess Deputy Detention also gets us. Like, if they get rid of the hollow one, we die. A brutal and immediate death. Opponent passes. Well, we untap. Mountain. Well, cycle Forgotten Cave. Grow the Flame Blades. Into Street Wraith. Well, you know what? Cycle Street Wraith. Down to 3. Grow the Flame Blades. Well, there's Underworld Breach. Well, play Underworld Breach. See if our opponent has an answer. It resolves. Play the Mountain. I mean, we're all in on this turn. Go to combat. Attack with everything. This is it. We win or lose right here. This is a game. So we don't have enough cards in our deck. Opponent vials in. A 2-drop. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Gets a Batter Skull. Opponent blocks. Goes to 2. Lightning Bolt you. Opponent goes to 3 and 0 and GG. Well, that was not the ridiculous fast combo kill we were hoping for, but wow. Our opponent had an absurd amount of cards for the mono red matchup, and our deck is pretty close to mono red. We saw 3 different cards, 3 cards that give protection from red to go along with Ether Gust and Celestial Purge, and we were still able to pull it off. So ideally, we're going to have a bigger graveyard and more cards in our deck. That's the biggest problem, is we have 4 cards in our deck. If we could do this a lot earlier, then we could keep looping our Goblin Lords, our Burning Inquiries, go through our entire deck and actually like storm off. But the little mini combo kill, we managed to eventually just like build a big board and force through the last bit of damage with Underworld Breach. Hi. Well, we'll take it. Sweet. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are hollow storming. Hollow one in storm. Together at last. All right. Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. This grape shot's looking a little awkward at the moment. Opponent. Stomping ground. Stepped. Oh, all right. Let's run away with the Steamkin. Get in, hit ya. Right now we're playing like a really janky mono red deck with a grape shot in hand for some reason. Opponent. Oh, they're dredging. Mill us, opponent, please. All right, mills a Shriekhorn. That's fine. Wooded Foothills. Passes. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a Mountain. Flame Wake Phoenix. Grow the Dorks. Hit you for a bit. So the challenge here, apart from our opponent eventually is going to build a really big board, the challenge here is going to be Creeping Chill Kicking our opponent life. So we should have an upkeep, mill, no dredger. Okay, Creeping Chill, but no dredger. All right, so we got to fade a... Oh, they can't Cathartic Reunion. Oh, they can. We got to fade Cathartic Reunion. All right, opponent plays a land. Are we hard casting a Stinkweed Imp? Merchant of the Veil, sure. Well, let's just kick a Bushwhacker. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. Well, Sunbait Canyon. Yes, grape shot time. It's actually pretty good here. All right, pass the turn. Please don't mill a dredger or a creeping. Okay, 2 lands. Wow. Opponent had some not great milling luck, and we will take it. Blast Zone, not relevant. I think that does it. I think our opponent just fizzled. Yeah, opponent skips it up. Okay. Well, Soul Guide Lanterns, obviously in. That might actually be it. Soul Guide Lanterns in. The creep shot paid off. We'll go down a Bushwhacker. We'll go down the Lava Darts. Well, that bad grape shot was good in the end. Okay. Well, we got a Soul Guide Lantern. And Soul Guide Lantern is our best sideboard card. Kind of our only sideboard card, really. Actually, literally. Opponent, what if fails? Cracks it. We are going to need to hit another land. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Land? Alright, Bloodstained Mire, correct Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Mountain and Soul Guide Lantern. Pass the turn. Well, next turn we can cycle Street Wraith and Goblin Lore, and I don't know, who knows, maybe we hit a bunch of hollow ones. That's the beauty of hollow one decks, is you never know. You never know when you're just going to have a board full of hollow ones. Opponents passing. Well, okay, cycle Street Wraith. Sunbait Canyon. Well, spin it to win it. Goblin Lore. Ooh. Well, that was about the worst way that could go. Huh. Well, the concern about not having lands is seeming unfounded at the moment. Copperline Gorge for our opponent. Come on, cast that Dredger. Shriekhorn. Yeah. Mills. 2 prize amalgams. Opponent passes. Well, cycle Forgotten Cave. Cycle. Play Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Thin the deck. I wish we had that other Goblin Lore. Discarding that Goblin Lore is painful. Cycle Street Wraith. Yeah, okay, Burning Inquiry. Flameblade Adept. We have hit ourselves down to 12, which isn't great. Alright, opponent going to kill the Flameblade. Well, we can answer their graveyard once. Opponent dredges. Well, nuke the graveyards. Ooh, another Shriekhorn. Okay. Mills. Hits a Little Dredger. Mills. 2 Silver Smodes. Opponent passes. Well, Manamorphose. Red. Yeah. Goblin Lore. Land. Ooh, not feeling great. Ox of Agonis. Exile. 8 land. I think we've hit every land. Oh, okay. Hollow one. Well, we found hollow ones. Is it gonna... That's a loud something going by. Well, we've built a board. Is it too late? Opponent mills themselves. Hits a Dredger. Mills themselves. Hits a Dredger. Dredges? Come on, no creeping chills. No creeping chills. Okay, no creeping chills. Oh, they hit an Ox, though. That's a lot of dredging. Oh, okay. Loams back some lads. Not feeling good about where we're at now. We found the graveyard hate, but it just took us so long to get anything going. I mean, that's the downside of playing a deck that's built around random draw and discard is sometimes you discard all your non-lands and end up with a bunch of lands, which is what we did this game. So I think we're going to need to hit... Oh, I don't even know. Maybe Underworld Breach could do it. Underworld Breach plus luck. So there's the Ox. There's the Creeping Chill. Ooh, and a bit of a fizzle. Oh, they discarded... Oh, man. Wow. That went a lot differently than I thought. Okay. Well, we're alive. We're definitely alive. We draw Underworld Breach. Very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We don't have a ritual. Well, bolt the Ox. Go to combat. Get back Flame Wake. Hit ya. To 3. Oh. Our opponent does get to get the Ox back again. Oh, it's going to come down to Creeping Chills. Opponent has, what, 1, 2 left. If they don't hit 2, then we get to win with Underworld Breach Lightning Bolt. All right, there's a Narcomoeba. Yeah. I mean, we might still be okay. We'll see. It's going to be really close. So opponent can Ox. They should be able to dredge most of their deck. They have an Ancient Grudge to kill a hollow one. Oh, this is going to be super close. We could also draw land, but I think we don't have, like, any lands left. All right. Discards. Going to dredge a bunch. Dredge a bunch. Dredge a bunch. Oh! Oh, their Creeping Chills are at the very bottom? Oh, no! Wow! We may have run into the unluckiest dredge player I've ever seen. Well, go to combat. Attack. Wow. That's absurd. Oh, we got pretty lucky. So opponent blocks, Ancient Grudges, but our Storm Kill actually gets there. Yeah. Well, bad news for opponent. Underworld Breach. lightning bolt ya, and game. Oh, wow. Well, sometimes we talk about the luck of the dredge. This was the opposite. That was, I gotta say, I think our opponent might be the least lucky dredge player I've ever played against. They fizzled with their Shriek Hordes in game 1 and never did anything. And then in game 2, unless I'm missing something, like looking at their exile zone, Creeping Chill. I mean, they always play 4 Creeping Chills, especially for a Silver Smoke build. Like, that means they gotta have 2 Creeping Chills in their bottom 4 cards. And if they had hit one of them, well, I guess they need to hit both, right? Probably. We bolt them to 1. Actually, yeah, I mean, even one of them might have been enough, depending on how it played out. Goodness. Well, we'll take it. Hollow Storm. Sweet. Alright. Much brew about nothing time. We are hollow storming. Hollow and Storm, hybrid, smash them all together. Oh boy, we're not gonna keep this. Yeah, we got no card draw. We got a million lands. We can sack the lands for mana, but this hand feels really bad. A little too floody. After playing a couple of matches with this deck, I feel like the most important thing is to have a Goblin Lore or... Oh my god, I click keep. Well, that's what I meant. I meant we wanted to keep this because this is the nuts. There's a hollow one. I mean, the good... Oh, I'm gonna get so yelled at. After a whole little ramble about how this hand wasn't good, we kept it. Oh, no. Alright, Luminarch Aspirant. Oh, just kidding. Life is suddenly good again. Well, yeah, let's Burning Inquiry. I knew what we were doing the whole time. This was the plan. This was all according to the plan. We knew that Burning Inquiry was coming off the top, and now our hand is perfect. Oh, except we discarded our hollow one. Awkward. No, play Sunbait Canyon. Go to combat. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Yeah, that's not great. We would have liked to play that hollow one. Opponent plays a land. Cracks it. We'll have to see what our opponent does. There might be a world where we are killing this. Ranger Captain of Eos. Okay. Oh, I really don't want to sack the land. We want the lands to go with the Underworld Breach. But we might have to sack the lands. Opponent gets a Ballista. Alright, yeah. This is painful, but ping it. And sack a land to ping it. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Opponent passes. Interesting. I guess our opponent's planning on just winning the game this turn? Or else that's an incredibly aggressive sack. Opponent plays a land. Arbor Elf. Conclave Mentor. And opponent passes. Well, spin it to win it, Burning Inquiry. And we will spin it to win it, Burning Inquiry. Bloodstained Mire, crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a mountain, play Flameblade Adept. Well, we'll see. We made our opponent discard a bunch of stuff. So who knows, like, Walking Bliss is gone, Spike Feeder's gone, so who knows? Who knows what's in our opponent's hand? We could be dead, we could be fine. Okay, Collected Company. Does our opponent win the game? Spike Feeder. Okay. Spike Feeder and Arbor Elf. So that doesn't just straight up win the game. It is good for our opponent. Opponent passes. Well, Cycle Street Wraith. Grow the Dorks. This is a scary spot. Well, play a Steamkin. No attacks. Ugh, if our opponent can find Heliod, we're dead. Would rather have this Ox in the graveyard. Opponent taps a land. Draws a card. Yeah, Heliod is infinite life. If our opponent can find it. Land. Tapped. Opponent passes. Oh, they might have another Coco. Opponent passes. Lightning Bolt. Well, let's sack a land, draw a card. Play a land. And pass the turn. Oh, no. Collected Company. Well, alright. Bolt the Spike Feeder. Opponent gonna gain a bit of life. Oh, so he's spun our opponent into double collecting company? That's not great for us. Opponent untap some lands. Sacks. Oh, they hit infinite life anyway. Alright, yeah. Well, we can't beat infinite life, so we will scoop. Spike Feeder Heliod is just infinite life. Remove the counter, add the counter, etc., etc. Ay. Okay. Well, that is the downside of random draw and discard, is sometimes you help your opponent. Okay, so Bushwhacker out. Flamewake Phoenix is out. Run it like that. We'll see. This does give us more removal, which is good. Because removal can mostly disrupt our opponent's combo. Hollow decks are so fun because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. We get to play first. And, well, alright, sure. In the Burning Inquiry we trust. I mean, this is a good hand at churning through our deck. We got Inquiry and 2 Goblin Lores, which are that's what I was starting to say before last game. Having at least one of these cards, I think, is the most important thing to this deck actually functioning. Boy, if we still had Faithless Looting would be so sweet in this deck. I think that's the biggest reason that Hollow One has sort of fallen off a bit. The random draw and discard is still good, but losing out on controlled looting is tough. Well, Flameblade go. Temple Garden tapped. Opponent passes. Well, Let's play the Mountain and Goblin Lore. Alright, so we discard our other Goblin Lore, but we still have a Burning Inquiry. Pass the turn. And we actually have a lot of removal in hand, which is nice. Opponent plays a Forest and a Conclave Mentor. Well, Psycho Street Wraith. Bolt the Mentor. Burning Inquiry. Fiery Islet. Hitcha. Down to 13 past the turn. Well, we're out of velocity for the moment, opponent. Utopia Sprawl. Sure. Down to 12. Sacking the land. Plains and Skyclave Apparition. Okay. Are we going to bolt that? I think we do. Yeah, let's Lightning Bolt, Skyclave. Get a 1/1. Oh, Bloodstained Mire. Kraketh in the deck. Manamorphose. Steamkin. Hitcha. The scary part is our opponent can still just go infinite, and we can't be infinite life. Another Conclave Mentor. And a land. And alright, sack this, draw card. More lands. It's like, Cycle Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. Where's our Hollow Woods? Oh, there's a Hollow One. Alright, that works. Go to combat. Attack. Okay. Hit you for 2. Hollow One. Sunbait Canyon. Sack it. Pass the turn. Oh no! Okay. I'm assuming this is very bad for us. Opponent gets Heliod. Well, alright. So we are dead to many things. Opponent plays a Heliod. Oh, they just have infinite life. Boo! Well, yeah, that's tough. Our deck just doesn't have a way to beat infinite life. Ugh, so close. Well, alright. Boy, we're like a turn away. Well, that's what our opponent's deck's trying to do. They are all in on setting up exactly this, and they were able to set it up 2 games in a row. Alright, much ado about nothing time. We are Hollow Storming in Modern. Hollow One and Storm. Together at last. Apparently. Perhaps. This hand's okay. That's not a great Hollow One hand, although 2 Steamkins is pretty interesting. Like, there are things that could happen that would make that pretty sweet. Like, if we can find Burning Inquiry into Breach, we might be able to storm off a bit. Alright, removal spell number 1 is a light. Well, there's Burning Inquiry. Okay, we're gonna take the slightly greedier line and play Steamkin. Opponent. Alright, removal spell number 2 passes, while we will take the slightly greedier line and play Steamkin pass. Wow, we're actually pretty set up to storm off if we can find Breach. Opponent, Mountain. Oh no! Oh no. Oh no, oh no. That's not great for us. That's going to make things much harder and make the storm kill maybe impossible. Well, we will Manamorphose. Oh, I mean, that Graveyard Hate. That's awkward. Add some mana. Pyretic Ritual. Add some mana. You better not have Bolt/Scred 10. Okay. Burning Inquiry. I'll play Hollow One. Play Steamkin number 2. Alright. We did lose most of the combo pieces we need to storm off. But we do have a meaningful board happening. Opponent untaps. We don't care about our opponent blood mooning us. Plays a mountain. So opponent has hit their land drops. But can you beat 2 4/4s? And the little guy. Oh, opponent scoops it up? Okay. Well, that sort of kind of works. So opponent's playing Scred. Huh. What do we even want against Scred? So I think we go down 2 Lava Darts. They seem pretty bad. Go up 2 Lightning Axes to kill bigger creatures. Don't want Blood Moon. I don't think we need the life gain. Well, I guess we try it like this. The downside is, we already saw our opponent is a main deck Graveyard Hate deck, which, that's good against our Hollow One plan and our Storm plan to some extent. But we got a little Memekin kill there in game 1, which was sweet. I think we mulligan this. That hand doesn't do anything. Ooh, okay. We will put a Lightning Bolt, I guess, to the bottom. This is going to be interesting. We do need to hit another land. Opponent starts off with a Graveyard Hate. Relic of Progenitus. Now, play Forgotten Cave. Go. Opponent. Scrying Sheets. And this Graveyard Hate's good. Maybe we should have brought in Artifact Destruction to deal with it. I'll play a Mountain. Cycle Street Wraith. Okay, opponent wants to exile it. Sure. Not super relevant. Ooh, yeah, let's spin it to win it. Goblin Lore. Please keep the Hollow One, especially with this Graveyard Hate out. Ugh, well, okay. So we lost the Hollow One, but we got another Hollow One. So not the dream scenario, but it's still fine. We still got a Hollow One out of the deal. Opponent cashes in the Graveyard Hate. Untaps. Plays Snow-Covered Mountain. Seasoned Pyromancer. That's a good one for our opponent. Discards an Anger and a Mountain. Well, cycle Street Wraith. Play Runaway Steamkin. Get in with Hollow One. If somehow our Steamkin lives, we could have a pretty interesting turn next turn. Where we kind of just dump our entire hand. Snow-Covered Mountain. But we are up against a deck with a lot of removal. Opponent, Chandra. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Well, let's see how far we can go. We draw a Mountain. Well, I guess we play Pyretic Ritual. Add a counter. Play Steamkin. Add a counter. Flameblade Adept. Add some counters. Remove the counters. Flameblade Adept. Add some counters. Kill Seasoned Pyromancer. Add some counters. Go to combat. Attack Chandra. I mean, we've built an impressive board, although it's an impressive board that gets owned by Anger of the Gods. And we're out of cards at the moment. Opponent blocks. Go keep the Chandra. Or changes their mind. Okay, well, let's see what they got. Ooh, land. Yeah. Into Better Skull. Okay. Well, we will pass the turn. Awkward. Yes, Batter Skull's annoying. I guess we should have brought in Artifact Destruction. Haven't played against Scred in a long time. Opponent. Opponent taking a small nap before taking their turn. Plays a land. Alright, nap time's over. Land has been played. Kargan Dre... Wow, okay, opponent's got all kinds of spice. Yeah, can't do anything about that. And another... Wow, what a hand. Alright, opponent. I think our opponent might just have us. Sure, no blocks. Down to 12. Yeah, alright, sure. I mean, we can kill a thing, but killing a thing doesn't do anything. So, on to game 3. Anger of the Gods. Well, we're bringing in shenanigans for sure. We'll go on a Flame Wake and run it back. I think there's a bunch of things that make this a difficult matchup for our deck. Sweepers, removal, and main deck graveyard hate. Add those together, and it is not the dream scenario. That's for sure. All right, on to game 3 against Scred, and, well, all right, we got a Burning Inquiry. Not going to say no to a hand that has Burning Inquiry. Well, land and Flameblade Adept, go. How much removal do they got? All right, well, at least one removal spell. Bloodstained Mire, crack it. We're going to stick with the upside plan for now. Mountain. Runaway Steep Kid, go. Do they have removal spell part 2? All right, Lightning Bolt Tribal over there. Well, let's cycle Street Wraith, Goblin Lore, and play the land and Burning Inquiry, and pass the turn. Oh, we discarded a hollow one. Well, at least they discarded a relic. They better not have another one. Opponent, passing. Ooh, wait. Does that do anything? Underworld Breach. Not especially. I guess we could Underworld Breach. Burning Inquiry Hollow one? Alright, let's do that. Underworld Breach. Opponent. So what we want to do is double Burning Inquiry and then play as many hollow ones as possible from our graveyard. So we can't get the full Storm Kill. We don't have rituals or anything like that, but we can graveyard hollow one here, which is sweet. Alright, resolves. So Burning Inquiry. Exile creatures first. Burning Inquiry. Exile land. Would be nice to hit another hollow one. Doing all this to get a hollow one is not that exciting. Well, hollow one. Oh no, this doesn't even work, does it? Does this work? Okay, it does work. Well, we made a hollow one. Pass the turn. Wow, that was a lot of work to play a single hollow one. Frostwalk Bastion. Opponent passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we want to dredge? No dredge. Let's... Burning Inquiry. Spin it to win it. No dredging. Cycle Street Wraith. Where's the rest of our hollow ones? No dredging. Cycle Forgotten Cave. No dredging. Fiery Islet. Ox of Agonis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get back, Ox of Agonis. Discard the land. No dredging. Can we hit a hollow one? No. Cycle Street Wraith. Still going. No dredging. Not a hollow one. Well, Burning Inquiry. Can we hit a hollow one? Don't discard it. Okay. Wow. Cast a hollow one. Ay. Well, we went through most of our deck that turn. I don't know if this ends up being good, bad, or ugly. I guess we'll find out. Hit our opponent to 16. Opponent plays a land. Season Pyromancer to make some blockerinos. Yeah. And opponent passes. No dredging. Well, actually, let's... odds are in favor of discarding Ox. Let's Goblin Lore. If we don't discard this Ox, I'm going to be very sad. Okay, we discard the Ox. Bloodstained Mire, crack it. Down to 8. Get a Mountain. Ox again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ox number 2. No dredging. Go to combat. Get back Flame Wake Phoenix. Attack. Opponent bolts our face. Blocks. Yeah, we're not gonna spend one more life. We don't want to go to a 3 and get bolted, so we're not gonna play Flame Blade. Opponent plays a land. Well, let's see what they got. We're presenting lethal for next turn for sure. Do we get a next turn? Oh, post scoops it up. All right. Well, that was like kind of an interesting showing of what Underworld Breach can do in this deck, where we didn't get the full storm kill, but it stocked our graveyard. It got us a hollow one. So that was an interesting showing, I think, for what it could do. Still not the full combo, but all right, sweet. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are mulliganing with Hollow Storm in Modern, and well, all right, Flamewake Phoenix to the bottom. Yeah, Bloodstained Mire go. Well, we'll see what our opponent's doing. We have a Goblin Lore, which is good. Thoughtseize deck. Oh, we really need that Goblin Lore. Well, this makes our hand much less exciting. Goblin Lore down. Well, crack the Lantern in the deck. Untap. Play Flame Blade Adept. Play Forgotten Cave, go. Well, we gotta find another Goblin Lore, or Burning Inquiry, at some point. Opponent has a Thoughtseize. Alright, so opponents just discard Tribal over there. Tags a Lightning Bolt. Well, let's see what we can find. Verdant Catacombs for our opponent. Passes. I'll play Sunbait Canyon. Cycle Street Wraith. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent cracks. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And Fatal Push. Well, this is a very Jundy start for our opponent. Well, we get to cast a hollow one. Unfortunately, Liliana's kind of just a blowout here. Well, here we go. Opponent Adepts. Blackleaf Cliffs. Nile Spellbomb. Oh, main deck graveyard. Oh boy. Well, that's not great for us. Opponent passes. I'll go to combat. Get in with Hollow One. Hit our opponent. Low enough to turn on Death Shadows. Play a Steam Kid. Pass the turn. Opponent has a Lightning Bolt. Cracks the Spellbomb to draw a card. Oh, we gotta hope they don't fight a Death Shadow. Death Shadow or Scourge of the Skyclaves. Really bad for us. Opponent. Many cards in hand. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. That's also not a great sign. We do have many Lightning Bolts that we could find. Still 3 left. Bloodbraid spins into Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. Well, that's going to slow us down. Discards Red and 6 and Fatal Push. Gets a new hand. Goes to combat. Gets it, hits it. Well, we will cycle. There's a Bolt. Does that even do anything, though? Opponent's at 8. We draw a Mountain. Well, sack the Canyon. Oh my god, so close. Well, past the turn, we can bolt our opponent, so we need... Oh, we need one more burn spell. We need one more burn spell. Inquisition. Well, okay. Bolt your face. And bolt your face. We have a Lava Dart. We have Flamewake Phoenixes. We have another Lightning Bolt. Tarmogoyf joins the party. It's massive. Come on, bird spell. Or Phoenix. Opponent. Well, play Fiery Islet. Crack Fiery Islet. Ox we would much rather have in the graveyard. Uh-oh. We're running out of time. Oh, is this going to be another near miss? Opponent. Oh! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're dead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Hollow Storm. We were so close. We needed one additional draw. Oh, so close. Well, Magus of the Moons in Lightning Axe and Kozilek's return in. Flamewake Phoenix, Goblin Bushwhacker, Lava Dart out. And run it like that. Oh, we had a shot. We had a shot. We needed one more top deck. And we had Underworld Breach would have done it. Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, Flamewake Phoenix. Oh, we had a lot of outs. And even like our Burning Inquiry type effects might have done it because we could have gotten a Flamewake Phoenix in the graveyard. So we had a lot of things that we could have hit to win that game. Oh. Hollow Storm. Alright, well, one thing I've noticed about this deck is it is much less likely to just have a nut draw compared to past Hollow One decks, where you're just like, hey, I got a bunch of Hollow Ones on turn 1. That doesn't seem to happen very often. Well, Bloodstained Mire, please don't discard this Hollow One. Smile upon us, Magic Gods. Cycle Street Wraith. Burning Inquiry. Well, alright, Hollow One. That's what we got. Turn 1. And we helped our opponent discard a Kroxa. Opponent plays a land. Passes. Well, we will Bloodstained Mire. We will collect Bloodstained Mire. We will get a Mountain. We will cycle a Street Wraith. We will cycle a Street Wraith. Down to 12. We will Goblin Lore. We will Hollow One. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent cracks. Blood Crypt tapped. Well, we've churned through a lot of our deck. We have 2 Hollow Ones. A Tarmogoyf would kind of shut them down. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it. Overgrown Tomb untapped down to 12. There's the Goyf. Land? Kozilek's return. Well, play a Steamkin. Oh, land there would have been super helpful. Pass the turn. These Magus of the Moons would actually be pretty good at the moment, but... Wow, are we going to have turn 1 Hollow One, turn 2 Hollow One, and have it not be enough? That's disappointing. Opponent has a Dreadbore to kill a Hollow One. And grow the Tarmogoyf. And a Lightning Bolt on the Steamkin. Goes to combat. No attacks. We draw a land. Oh, no! Oh, we're going to die with these Blood Moons in hand. Oh, Magic Gods. No, why? Why not be nicer to Hollow Storm? Well, now our opponent's up to 4 mana. They got all their colors because we can't draw a single goddamn land. And some other massive creature? Oh, it's oh, jeez. Yeah. Well. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah. That's a good one for our opponent. Passes. And now I think... Hey! So we draw it, but it's too late to matter, which makes me incredibly sad. Like, if we had been able to draw that earlier, I think it just straight up wins us the game. But we didn't draw the land until turn 5. Oh. Oh. Wow. That would have been the lock if we had got it down a turn earlier. Just kidding. Alright. Yeah. Running 6. Gets back a Bloodstained Mire. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, I guess we got a double block. I do not like where we're at all. Block, block. Lava Dart our opponent. Grow the Steamkin. Oh. Yeah, we need to hit that land suitor. Well, we untap. We draw. Flame Bladed Adept. Pass the turn. Opponent. Wow, what a weird league with this deck. We started off our first 2 matches not dropping a game and storming off, and then the last 3 matches have been the exact opposite, where I don't think we've won a game. Like, I mean, I guess in some ways that is inherent with the high variance aspect of Hollow One, and I think you could argue that this version, since you're playing these Storm cards too, is even higher variance than a... Wow, opponent's deck is desperate for sideboard cards, apparently. I think you can argue that that we're playing an even higher variance version than Hollow One decks from the past, because we have these random Storm cards in our deck as well. Sure. I guess we passed the turn. So, what is our out? It's probably being able to play stuff from our graveyard, honestly. Opponent gets a land. The problem is this Kroxa is going to be coming back momentarily. Yeah, we need to draw Underworld Dreams, or Underrealm Breach, rather. Definitely not Underworld Dreams. That would give us some amount of hope. Opponent finds another removal spell, because they're Jund, and that's what they do. Interesting that they Fatal Push the Flame Blade. What, they have another one? Is this just removal tribal? Alright, Kroxa returns. So, I mean, this is it. We have to top deck Underworld Breach this turn, and we have some hope. And that's assuming the Steamkin lives. Opponent gonna go attacking. Well, we haven't seen one yet, so we actually have quite a few that we could draw. Moment of truth. Pings. Underworld Breach. One time. Flameblade Adept. And we're dead. The problem is, even if we have to chump block with Runaway Steamkin, we're dead. Huh. Alright, so what do we learn this week about Hollow Storm in Modern? And overall record-wise, video, you saw 3-2. We actually played mostly 2 leagues with the deck. It went 2-3 and 2-3. I wanted to try to show off the actual combo kill. That's why I played a second league. So we played one league, went 2-3, jumped into another one, not so much because I wanted to have a good record, but I was really hoping that we could at least once set up the Runaway Steamkin, Underworld Breach, Burning Inquiry, Grape Shot, Jinky combo kill. But apparently that combo kill is actually really difficult to pull off. Like, you need a bunch of things to go right. You need at least like 4-ish mana mostly to start. You need Runaway Steamkin to sit on the battlefield. And then you also need to find like the Burning Inquiry or whatever. So it's actually not that easy to go infinite with the deck. Although, as we saw in our matchups, we did get some value out of it. Like, I guess that's the other upside of Underworld Breach, is it's kind of synergistic with the Hollow One plan. So even if we don't get the full-on, like, crazy 4-piece combo kill, the Storm kill, we can, like, Underworld Breach, cast a Burning Inquiry or 2 from our graveyard, cast Hollow Ones for free from our graveyard, so we can't just get incremental value with it. And we did manage to do that a few times, like get value out of Underworld Breach, or just play Underworld Breach and cast a couple of lightning bolts from our graveyard to get in the last few points of damage. So while we did get value out of the Underworld Breach plan, we never actually managed to get the full combo set up throughout 2 whole leagues, which was a little bit disappointing. And I don't actually know if this makes Hollow One better. So if you look at Hollow One used to be really good back when Faithless Looting was a card. And since Faithless Looting got banned, it's mostly fallen off the face of the earth and just isn't really a competitive Modern deck anymore. So that is a drawback. Does adding the Storm kill into the deck actually bring Hollow One back to prominence? I'm going to go with no. Like, it's fun, and the synergies are cool, and I like the backup Storm combo kill potential of the deck, but really, I think the biggest issue with it is Hollow One tends to have trouble with graveyard hate, and the Storm combo kill is also based on the graveyard, so we don't really improve the weakness of the deck, which is if our opponent slams like a Rest in Peace or something, we're going to have sad times, because it shuts down like our Oxyvagonus, it shuts down us getting stuff back from our graveyard, and it shuts down the Storm combo kill, so I feel like that's kind of one of the issues. So is Hollow Storm better than traditional Hollow One? I guess that's a tough question just because traditional Hollow One isn't very good anymore since Faithless Looting is gone, but I don't think it actually solves the deck's graveyard hate issue. Is Hollow Storm better than traditional Storm? If you want a Storm kill consistently, traditional Storm is going to be way, way better. Like, we saw that ad nauseum in our league, that it's not actually that easy to pull off the combo kill. So I think the deck is sweet, and it does funny, cool things, and I like the synergies, and I like the meme-kim aspect, but overall, I think the deck's kind of in the middle as far as actually being competitive. You can get really explosive starts, but you do get shut down by graveyard hate, and as we saw in our league, in 2020 Magic, we were also, like, Burning Inquirying our opponent into, like, Croxes and stuff, which were later ending up being problematic, or filling our opponent's dredge graveyard. There's a lot of weird things that can happen with the random draw and discard. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. So I would say Hollow Storm. The idea is cool. I like the synergies. It's powerful enough that if you get lucky with a random discard, I could definitely see you cruising to like a 5-0 in a league. But overall, the inconsistency of the deck and the softness to graveyard hate probably means it's more like a third-tier fun option than something is actually going to be competitive in the Modern format. But anyway, that's been Hollow Storm. That's been our Much Abrew for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.